YouTube, what is up? What is up? It's your boy Zed back at it again with another video, and today we have a very informative video for you guys. I've been trying to get a lot more vlogs out, but I've been taking a step back on the educational content, and I want to get back onto that. So before we get into this video, go ahead and like, go ahead and comment, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at LuckyleftZ. I told you guys my plans on last video. I'm moving into a new apartment, so you can expect a new apartment tour. You can expect video preparing me for the next semester. But today, this video is going to be on, and I wrote it down just to make sure I stay on track, how to adjust to working to 12-hour shifts, basically. It can be applicable to nights or days. So how to adjust working 12-hour shifts, and especially in healthcare. As you already know, I am a CNA and also a nursing student. So this is going to be some valuable content for you guys in that regard. So yes, I'm using my iPad because I wanted to make sure I stay on track, but these would be maybe 5 tips. This will be 5 tips on how to adjust to working 12-hour shifts. Granted, 12-hour shifts is abnormal. It's not normal. It's not the easiest thing to do. But if you follow these tips, we will get to a plan where you can adjust and even enjoy working your 12-hour shifts. Shout out to my day shifters. Shout out to my night shifters. And if you feel like this is something that you can get into, stay tuned because we are about to get into it. And I'll start simply with number 1. These are in no particular order, so you might need to watch the whole video to make sure you get the full force of what I'm trying to say. But I guess first, speaking from the heart, you need to take your time. Speaking from the heart, you do need to take your time when working in healthcare in general, and then adjusting working to 12-hour shifts. It's not going to be the easiest thing, especially if you are coming from another industry where basically you were working 8-hour shifts. It's not going to be the easiest transition at all. And I want you guys to know that it's natural for your body to be asleep during a night shift. It's natural for your body to be asleep during a night shift. So for my night shift 12 shifters, it's abnormal for you to be up during that time, but you put your body through this because this is the work that you chose and this is the work that's available. For my daytimers, it's normal for your body to be up during the day, but working a 12-hour shift is still not the easiest thing to do. I would say for a lot of people, depends on your preference, working days is easier than working nights, which is why nights have a shift differential. You get paid more simply for working nights, and you're also rewarded in other ways as well for working nights. Tip 2. Tip 2, my goal for anybody that's working 12-hour shifts, you need to do it enough to see if you like it or if you don't like it. There are shifts available in the hospital that you are able to work 8s. It's abnormal. It's not normal. I see that more in nursing homes than I do in hospitals, but you do have the option to work 8-hour shifts. Typically, it's going to be 12. So you need to give yourself 3 months working 36 hours a week, which is considered full-time in healthcare. You need to work 3 months in order to know if you like this work or if you do not like this work. You won't know if you like it or you don't like it unless you give yourself time to adjust to it. You got to work at least 3 months of 36-hour shifts in order to see if you like it or not. That's my second tip to adjusting to working in healthcare for 12-hour shifts. Number 3 is a vital one, and I feel like when I first started, I didn't put that much of an importance on it. It is preparing yourself to work these 12-hour shifts. You need to be sleeping an adequate amount. If you're working days, you need to be asleep at night. If you're working nights, you need to be asleep during the day or you will be struggling. Hear me clear. You will be struggling. I struggled for months before I finally adjusted and got acclimated to working nights. It's just simply unnatural. And the more research I did, the more I talked to nurses that's been doing it for years, it's pretty normal to be super tired or super, groggy after a 12-hour shift. Granted, the harder points for me is going to be that 1 to 5-ish. It's the struggle bus, but we get through it every single night. So yeah, prepare yourself fully. Make sure you're dealing with stress how you need to, or it will show up in your shift. Make sure you're sleeping an adequate amount, preparing your food, cooking, meal prepping. Make sure you are taking time for you and handling your business in the day so you can be more productive at night. You also need to be sleeping in the day, but I feel better when I'm actively working in other facets of life outside of just clocking into work. That's how I feel, right? So I feel like I do better doing things in the day, getting oil changes, working out, going food shopping, and handling everything I need to handle in the daytime to make me more able to look at work in a positive light during the night. So that is tip 3. This is going to be tip number 4. So tip number 4, know that nights are much different than days. Speaking from experience, during the night, you do have more downtime, I would say, than active, let's get up, let's go time. That's going to be your daytime shifts. There's doctors present, a lot more. There's family present. There's OT, PT, environmental services everywhere. There's there's social workers all over the hospital. It's going to be a lot more busy in the day than it is night. Nighttime, a lot of patients. You got to think about it. A lot of patients are asleep. A lot of patients are not up, active, walking around, doing a bunch of stuff. So you will be dealing with a lot more different personalities in the daytime than at night. And speaking from experience, I enjoy nights because you can really focus in on the patient care. You can really focus in on learning what you need to learn, asking whatever questions you need to ask. And if you are a nurse, I've been told from other nurses that if you are working night shift, it's easier for you to learn and really digest everything that you are doing working nights, just simply because it's a slower pace. It's not so fast paced. It's not so go. A lot of orders aren't being changed at nights. It's just a very much slower pace. And if you are already a CNA, you already work nights, then you know this. You see this and it's common to you. So yeah, nights is going to be a lot different than days, and working a 12-hour shift, give yourself those 3 months, but just know that this is going to be a long shift. After that 8-hour period, it's considered in some states overtime, such as California, but it's simply just your normal pace, your normal give and go of working in healthcare. Tip number 5. I've done a video on this already. I think I did it a couple months back, but it's simply going to be your scheduling. If you are scheduling yourself correctly, you will feel less burnt out. Granted, if you're working nonstop, you'll feel burnt out regardless. But if you are planning your shifts the way that is going to be beneficial to you, you won't feel as burnt out. My experience, when I was full-time, I'm PRN now. When I was full-time, I was doing 2 days in a row, taking 2 days off and then working 1 day. Or I was doing 1 day and then taking 2 days off or 3 days off and then working 2 days. I gave myself a big gap in between. I was not one to pick up more than 3 days. Typically, you have people picking up 4 or 5. I don't have a family. I don't have a wife. I don't got no crazy amount of bills. I'm not working that much. I enjoy my life. I enjoy my time outside of the hospital, but everybody's situation is different. So typically, if you are fine working 3 days a week, such as me, I was fine working 3 days a week, you can schedule it this way: 2 days on, take a couple days off, 1 day, then that's considered your 36 hours for the week. A lot of people would like to knock it out 3 days in a row. Day 1, you're fine. Day 2, you're a little, day 3, you're burnt. Day 3, you're burnt, absolutely burnt. But it's still doable. You find whatever patient works for you. You find what you enjoy. You find what is going to be best for you, and you figure it out. Scheduling is scheduling. Give yourself a couple days in between. You can adjust a lot easier, or you can knock all your 3 out and have your rest of 5 day, 4 day, 6 day weekend. It's really just up to you. Another one too, and this is still in line with the 5th tip, is they have this option. It's called weekend option. Simply where you're working. Some hospitals do it to where you work 1 day out of the week and then 2 Saturday and Sunday. And weekends are also a lot different than working in the week. Weekends, to me, are very slow. Nobody wants to be in the hospital during the weekends. Family is not really visiting patients during the weekend, depending on what unit you're in. And I just find the hospital to be a lot more easygoing, a lot more slower pace during the weekend. So leave the weekend option as an option for you to work. If you are new to healthcare, or if you are thinking about changing up a couple things about your schedule, the weekend option is also another option for you to work in the healthcare space. So overall, these tips will make it easier for you to adjust to working 12-hour shifts. 12-hour shifts is hard. It's abnormal. It's a non-traditional working schedule, but it can, in the end, be very beneficial for you if you are able to adjust and do well with working 12-hour shifts. Mind you, it took me months to figure this out for myself, but I'm speaking from experience, and I want to make it easier for you guys to adjust as well. These are my 5 tips on how to adjust to working 12-hour shifts, whether that be a day shift or a night shifter. Shout out to my day shifters, shout out to my night shifters. But I hope this video helped, and I hope that you come back for more. So make sure you subscribe, comment, like, push me up in the algorithm, all that good stuff. I have more content coming out for you guys, so stay tuned. So far, that's all I got for y'all in this video, and I will see you on the next one. All right? All right? All right. Peace.